This page features the upcoming arrival of the Game Boy Advance, showcased prominently with a purple unit displaying gameplay from what appears to be a classic Mario adventure, likely a Super Mario Advance title. It highlights a second preview for the highly anticipated Zelda game. The page also teases strategy guides for some popular Nintendo 64 and Game Boy Color titles, including Drive, Mario 64, the unique motion-controlled Kirby Tilt and Tumble, and the console fighter Pokémon Stadium 2. It's clearly focused on ushering in the next generation of Nintendo handheld gaming, while still supporting current systems. This page is an advertisement for The Legend of Zelda: Majora's Mask, featuring Link, the Skull Kid, and the Falling Moon, and promoting a Nintendo Power subscription offer including a free game guide or soundtrack. This page is the table of contents for Volume 143, April 2001, focusing heavily on the highly anticipated launch of the Game Boy Advance in Japan. The feature article delves into the new portable system and its launch lineup, including previews for games like Mario Advance and F-Zero Advance. The issue also includes game strategies for titles such as Dr. Mario 64, Pokémon Stadium 2, and Kirby Tilt and Tumble, along with special features covering Mario Party 3, The Legend of Zelda, Oracle of Ages, and other upcoming releases. Sections dedicated to player feedback, news, and game tips round out this packed issue covering the latest in Nintendo gaming. Screenshots at the bottom preview the content on Dr. Mario 64, Mario Party 3, and Kirby Tilt and Tumble. This page features the Player's Pulse section, where readers share their most memorable gaming moments. Submissions cover a wide range of emotions in games, from the touching reunion of Anju and Kafei in Majora's Mask, and the sacrifice of Samus in Super Metroid, to humorous moments like Mario and Bowser kissing in Super Mario RPG, or the ending of Bad Dudes. The letter of the month highlights the emotional impact of Saria, giving Link her ocarina in Zelda: Ocarina of Time. Screenshots and artwork feature characters like Samus, Mario, and Pikachu, illustrating some of the discussed games and moments. It's a great collection of personal stories, showcasing the deep connections players have with these classic Nintendo titles and characters. This page features more letters from the Player's Pulse section, where readers share their thoughts and questions. Fans discuss everything from identifying mysterious chemical symbols in Pokémon Gold and Silver, to the legality of Game Boy Color emulators, and the questionable premise of the GBC game Kuru Kuru Kururin. Is a funny story about a durable Game Boy Color that survived quite an ordeal, and inquiries about graphical concerns in Aiden Chronicles and weapon discrepancies in TWWTN.E. The page also includes the list of year 2000 best-selling Nintendo games, with Pokémon titles holding the top spots, and a prompt asking readers what they value most in a game. Artwork features characters like Wario and Ganondorf, alongside various game screenshots. This page features the Artist's Gallery, showcasing creative artwork submitted by Nintendo Power readers. You'll find fan-drawn pieces featuring characters like Mega Man X, Mewtwo, Link from The Legend of Zelda, and characters from Kirby and Pokémon. The page also includes an advertisement from EB Electronics Boutique, highlighting deals and new releases. The ad features a special price on the Game Boy Color console when purchasing games, showcasing titles like Super Mario Bros. Deluxe, Mario Tennis, and The Legend of Zelda: Oracle of Ages and Seasons. New Nintendo 64 releases are also promoted, including Mario Party 3, Paper Mario, Pokémon Stadium 2, and Dr. Mario 64. This page features a look at upcoming and current Nintendo releases and technology. The Legend of Lufia Grows section details the GBC RPG Lufia: The Legend returns, praising its classic RPG structure, story kickoff in Patos Village, introduction of key characters like Sina, and mentioning its unique battle grid system, detailed mapping, and even a speedwalk function for navigating dungeons faster. The Game Boy Takes the Air feature explores the Game Boy mobile system GB in Japan, showcasing how Game Boy Color connects to cell phones via an adapter for network access. This opens up features like exchanging game data, trading and battling Pokémon remotely, sending and receiving email, and accessing gaming information through the mobile data center, all for small fees. The page also highlights other games like Xena and Hercules, NBA Hoopses, X-Men, Wolverine's Rage, and Dragon Warrior 2i with screenshots, and notes other releases this month including Mega Man Stream 2 and Aliens: Thanatos Encounter. This page dives into hands-on previews of upcoming games. First up is X-Men: Wolverine's Rage on Game Boy Color, a platformer featuring Wolverine. With his healing, senses, and adamantium skeleton, He battles villains like Cyber and Lady Deathstrike across 20 levels, unleashing special attacks and his bestial rage. And then there's NBA Hoopses for GBC from Midway, offering solid arcade-style 3-on-3 basketball action. Players can choose lineups based on player attributes like power, speed, and dunk, and there's even a practice mode. The Xena and Hercules adventure games for GBC are finally complete, described as Zelda-type adventures, with sharp graphics and lots of items and characters. Players can switch between the two games, and interaction between them is highlighted as a key feature. Finally, the Dragon Warrior 2i preview shows off screenshots of the GBC RPG. The editors played the English version and noted cinematic scenes, faster walking speed, detailed graphics, and a zippy soundtrack, calling it a definite step up. This page is packed with previews of upcoming games across various platforms. First up, Spider-Man 2. The Sinister Six on Game Boy Color promises a fantastic side-scrolling romp with great moves and graphics, letting you swing through the city and battle classic villains like Sandman and Kraven. THQ is also busy with Game Boy Advance titles, bringing popular licenses like Rocket Power, Rugrats, SpongeBob SquarePants, and WWF, plus a new Jimmy Neutron game and a Scooby-Doo adventure. Mega Man Stream 2 is heading to Game Boy Color, continuing the story with new mechanics like gaining Dana Souls from enemies to use their abilities. For GBC, Aliens. Thanatos Encounter puts you in command of Space Marines fighting acid-spitting aliens in a deep space mission. The scooter craze hits GBC with Razor Freestyle Scooter, a game akin to Tony Hawk's Pro Skater with tricks, racing, and multiplayer. Extreme Wheels on GBC offers intense racing with big jumps and muddy tracks. Finally, the Game Boy Advance lineup expands significantly. BAM! Is releasing Fire Pro Wrestling and licensed games based on Dexter's Laboratory and the Powerpuff Girls, plus sports and movie titles like Driven and X vs. Sever. Other publishers are bringing LEGO titles like LEGO Island 2. The page also features lists of upcoming games in the Game Watch section for Nintendo 64, Game Boy Color, and Game Boy Advance, including titles announced for Japan. This page dives into Nintendo's online presence, highlighting various official websites and their features. The Quick Bites section points to npower.com for strategic game videos, covering titles like Pokémon Stadium 2, Drive, Mario 64, and Kirby Tilt and Tumble, which were previewed on the previous page. It also announces new sites for Tilt and Tumble and Dr. Mario 64, with a Mario Party 3 site on the horizon. The hit list reveals the most popular sites in January, including Zelda.com and MarioTennis.com. There's a detailed guide to the Zelda universe site at Zelda.com, describing its interactive features, knowledge challenges, and comprehensive encyclopedia. PokemonStadium.com gets a shout-out for its updated Pokédex and team rating tools for Stadium 2. Finally, the page features a comprehensive list of Nintendo's official websites. This page gives you the full breakdown on Dr. Mario 64 for the Nintendo 64, touting it as infectious 4-player puzzle fun. Combining elements of classic puzzle games, it challenges you to match colored pills with viruses to clear the screen. The game features 6 distinct modes, including the original classic, a story mode following Mario and Wario, versus computer, flash mode which focuses on clearing flashing viruses, an endurance marathon mode, and score attack. The article highlights the robust roster of characters available in versus and multiplayer modes, including familiar faces and unlockable opponents, emphasizing the game's chaotic and strategic multiplayer battles. Dr. Mario 64 is presented as the ultimate remedy for boredom, promising endless fun. This page dives deeper into the mechanics and modes of Dr. Mario 64, giving players the edge in mastering the game. It breaks down the core gameplay of matching 4 pill segments or viruses of the same color to clear chains, and offers strategic tips like planning your next move and clearing pieces from the bottom. The page details the story mode, Pharmaceutical Fable, where Mario or Wario seeks the stolen megavitamins. It also covers various practice modes like Classic, Head-to-Head versus the computer, Score Attack for high scores, and Marathon for endurance. Essential gameplay advice, from managing garbage pieces to the importance of clearing horizontal and vertical matches, is covered. Finally, a timeline tracks the history of the Dr. Mario series, highlighting its evolution from the NES debut to the 4-player fun on 64. This page offers expert-level Drive Mario 64 strategies, focusing on mastering combos for multiplayer battles. It breaks down advanced techniques like the vertical limit, rock bottom for clearing the bottom of the screen, and simple combo for quick clears, each illustrated with gameplay screenshots under a magnifying glass. Tactics for specific situations like the last germs, pills and hills for deep stacks, and climbing up to reach buried viruses are also explained. The page encourages players to use the spin doctor technique effectively. It also suggests using special therapy to customize virus counts and speeds for practice and continuing education in classic mode for endless combo building. The final diagnosis fun section praises the game as a great puzzle experience, especially for multiplayer fans. This page is a Walmart advertisement showcasing Nintendo games and systems available at everyday low prices, featuring titles like Pokémon Stadium 2, various Game Boy Color games, Game Boy Color systems, and the atomic purple Nintendo 64 console. This page dives deep into tackling the challenges in Pokémon Stadium 2, suggesting that battles are tougher this time around, and studying at the Pokémon Academy is crucial for success. It offers tips for raising Pokémon like analyzing opponents' teams, keeping your Pokémon's levels high, avoiding single-type teams, and ensuring move variety. The Academy section highlights the importance of its lectures and the library, which serves as a comprehensive resource for moves, items, Pokémon evolutions, egg groups for breeding, and type matchups including dual types. It mentions skill tests after completing the lectures. The Gym Leader Castle is noted for its difficulty, particularly the need to restart an entire gym challenge if you lose. It specifically advises countering the Violet Gym's flying Carrot-type specialists with Ice, Rock, or Electric Pokémon. There are brief mentions of recommended rental teams and specific trainer battles with suggested counters. This page continues the deep dive into Pokémon Stadium 2's Gym Leader Castle, offering detailed strategies for tackling specific gyms. It covers the Azalea Gym, highlighting the Bug-type focus and recommending Flying and Rock types like Fearow and Golem to counter. The Goldenrod Gym deals with strong normal types, suggesting a diverse team is key, featuring rentals like Skarmory and Tyranitar. The Ecruteak Gym is full of Ghost and Poison types, with a diverse team again being recommended, including rental options like Charizard and Umbreon. Finally, the Celestian Wood Gym features fighting types and dangerous moves like Horn Drill and Dynamic Punch, with rental recommendations like Meganium and Skarmory. It breaks down the teams of gym leaders like Faulkner, Whitney, Bugsy, and Morty, along with other notable trainers, showing their Pokémon levels, types, moves, and held items. There are also tips on battle mechanics like one-hit KO moves and confusion. This page continues the Pokémon Stadium 2 Gym Leader Castle Strategy Guide, focusing on several more challenges. It covers Chuck's Fighting-type gym, recommending Pokémon like Poliwrath and Machoke. Next is Jasmine's Steel-type gym, suggesting fire and fighting types like Charizard and Hitmonchan are crucial. The guide then tackles Team Rocket battles, highlighting their diverse teams, particularly Poison and Ghost types, and recommending ground and psychic attacks. Finally, it dives into the Mahogany Gym, which features Ice and Steel types. Strategies for Skier Carol and Gym Leader Price, both specializing in Ice types with water, ground, and other support, are also provided. The guide offers recommended rental teams and tactical tips like using bait and switch or focusing on specific powerful moves to overcome these tough opponents. Screenshots illustrate key moments and battle tips. This page continues the Pokémon Stadium 2 guide, taking on the final Johto Gym and the Elite Four Challenge. It kicks off with the Blackthorn Gym and leader Claire, known for her dragon types, recommending Pokémon like Fearow and Corsola to counter them effectively. The guide then moves to the Elite Four, a tough gauntlet where you face Will, Psychic, Koga, Bug Poison, Bruno, Fighting Shrock, Karen, Dark, and Lance, Dragon, sequentially with the same team. It's a true test of your team building and strategy. After conquering Johto's Elite Four, the Kanto Gym Leaders become available, offering 8 classic battles plus an extra challenge. The overall goal, Follow the Leader, involves mastering the Gym Leader Castle and other game modes, with rewards for those who persevere. Screenshots showcase various battle mechanics and the achievement of clearing the Johto Castle. This page showcases Aiden Chronicles, the first mage for the Nintendo 64, presented as the console's first traditional RPG. The game centers around a young man's epic journey to discover his identity and fulfill his destiny amidst chaos. It boasts real-time 3D environments, animated characters, a blend of party-based adventuring and turn-based combat, and a storyline penned by Chris Klug, creator of the Dragon Quest pen and paper RPG. Players can assemble a party of up to 13 characters, The page features a dramatic fantasy illustration, small in-game screenshots, and highlights the game's mature themes with a teen rating for animated violence. It's published by THQ. This page heralds the arrival of the Game Boy Advance in Japan, highlighting the immense anticipation with millions of units pre-ordered before the launch date of March 21st. Nintendo is forecasting massive worldwide sales for the first year. The Japanese launch lineup is substantial, featuring over 20 titles, including games like Castlevania, Circle of the Moon, Zero Advance, and various other exciting entries. The article discusses the powerful hardware, graphics, and gameplay capabilities of the new system. It also touches on multiplayer gaming via the GameLink cable, expected battery life, and upcoming accessories, signaling the dawn of a new era for portable gaming. This page delves into the core of the Game Boy Advance, emphasizing that its true strength lies not just in technology, but in creating fun experiences. It highlights the significant leap in performance with the custom 32-bit RISC processor, vastly improving graphics, sound, and speed compared to previous Game Boy systems, and even rivaling the Super NES. The article praises the reflective TFT LCD screen for its sharpness and color capabilities, though notes its dependence on ambient light. Several game screenshots showcase the system's potential, featuring diverse titles like the racing action of Wacky Racing and Fletch Zero Advance, the detailed RPG worlds of Momotaro Festival and Monster Guardians, the atmospheric visuals seen in Silent Hill, and impressive graphical fidelity in games like Winning Post. The page also touches on the robust development scene, noting that over 1,000 titles are already in the works, underscoring the industry's strong support for the platform. This page highlights some of the key launch titles for the Game Boy Advance, emphasizing the excitement generated by familiar characters appearing on the new hardware. It details Super Mario Advance, a revamped version of the classic Super Mario Bros. 2, featuring updated graphics and sound. Players can choose from Mario, Luigi, Peach, or Toad, battling memorable enemies like Birdo and Mouser. Crucially, the original Mario Bros. Arcade game is included with multiplayer support. The page also covers Fly Zero for Game Boy Advance, showcasing its signature high-speed, futuristic racing with challenging tracks and new rivals, noting how the GBA handles scaling and rotation to create a sense of speed. A major theme is the ease of join in the fun, explaining the Jegbuzz Link cable multiplayer, with both Super Mario Advance and F-Zero supporting up to 4 players, even with only one game pack in some modes, promising loads of fun. This page continues our look at the exciting Japan launch lineup for the Game Boy Advance. We see a diverse collection hitting the handheld, including familiar faces like Rockman XE, offering a new virtual world adventure. Winning Post brings detailed horse racing simulation with breeding and training elements, while Silent Hill makes a stunning debut with pre-rendered graphics and cinematic sequences in a dark text adventure. Konami presents the wacky Wayway Racing and the unique quiz adventure Mail to Cute, alongside the ambitious sim game Star Comey with email features. Hudson Soft delivers the folktale RPG Momotaro Festival, the platformer Pinobi, and Bomberman Story featuring 4-player mode. Mr. Driller 2 provides addictive puzzle action, and Fire Pro Wrestling Ace brings detailed wrestling with hundreds of characters. Racing fans get All Japan GT Championship with custom courses and multiplayer, and even Looney Tunes join the fun in Tweety's Hardy Party minigames. Castlevania Circle of the Moon offers classic side-scrolling monster hunting, joined by the sports action of dodgeball fighters and the puzzling chaos of Choo Choo Rocket. Finally, Mugen Kiku Zero Tours rounds out the list with an RPG, allowing players to dress in animal costumes. This page showcases the upcoming Game Boy Advance launch lineup for the US and Canada, highlighting games expected on or around June 11th. The article expresses excitement for portable gaming changing forever. Among the featured titles are classic revivals like Capcom's Super Street Fighter II and Final Fight, bringing arcade fighting and beat-em-up action to the handheld. Capcom also offers the epic RPG Breath of Fire I and the unique networked adventure Mega Man Battle Network. Majesco delivers a variety, including the puzzle game Fortress, the 3D space shooter Iridian 3D, and platformers like Earthworm Jim and Pitfall, the Mayan Adventure. Other titles include the virtual pet game Creatures, the action-adventure Lady Sia, the vibrant platformer Rayman, and the movie Time Feeble, An American Tale. The piece emphasizes the Brigbuz's revolutionary nature and accessible price. This page features a preview of Mario Party 3 for the Nintendo 64, announcing its arrival with 70 new minigames and plenty of new boards. Characters like Mario, Waluigi, Wario, and Princess Daisy are shown amidst coins and items. The article highlights the addition of a two-player duel mode, where players can team up with partners. On the right side is an advertisement for the Redline Super Stout BMX bike, showcasing the bike and listing the Redline team riders and sponsors. This page reveals a treasure trove of secrets for the classic Nintendo 64 adventure, Banjo-Kazooie. Featured prominently are the game's logo, the duo Banjo and Kazooie, and the antagonist Gruntilda, who issues a stern warning against excessive cheating. The core of the page is a list of cryptic codes players can enter in Treasure Trove Cove using the Beak Buster move on the floor letters. These codes unlock various in-game secrets, including access to different levels like Freezy Peak and Mad Monster Mansion, finding hidden items such as the mysterious colored eggs and the elusive ice key, and even altering the game world by removing obstacles like walls and grills. Screenshots showcase some of these secrets, like Shark Food Island and the discovered ice key. The article also touches upon the stop and swap secrets related to the eggs and ice key. This page is packed with codes and classified information for several popular games. For Harvest Moon 64, there's a handy trick to bet on races and earn medals without risking any money. Blade on the Game Boy Color offers a quick way to see the game's ending via a password. Star Wars Episode 1: Battle for Naboo features a unique set of codes, highlighted by a secret audio commentary from the developers and various gameplay cheats like opening all stages or getting infinite lives. The Legend of Zelda: Majora's Mask details a glitch that allows players to use the incredibly powerful Fierce Deity Mask outside of boss battles. The page also includes level skip codes for Buffy the Vampire Slayer on Game Boy Color. Finally, it debunks a persistent rumor from the Pokemon games about finding the rare Mew under a truck. This page continues the journey in Aiden Chronicles. The First Mage, guiding players as Alaron seeks a cure for his poisoning and navigates the growing powers of chaos. The guide picks up after Castle Guernia, directing players to visit the Mirari sisters in Araman by finding a small bridge south of Truxamin's castle. You'll receive the Stormbreaker branch and be advised to seek traders for useful items like a Belt of Life. The article also covers entering the heart of Aid Gurin, facing challenging monsters in the Goblin stronghold north of Araman, and notes that online maps are available at nintendopower.com to help with navigation. It highlights the character Bekan, a potential party member found in the Araman Inn, describing him as a fighter with ranger skill, and suggesting searching for items like troubadour gloves. The tone is that of a helpful walkthrough for navigating tricky sections of the game. The next page continues the 80 Shin Chronicles guide, focusing on the journey to Tailwalk and the Wizard's School. It details how to find hidden headgear near a cave, navigate the forest to find Pandara, the Dryad Queen, and deal with the innkeeper's son and school guards. The guide highlights Godric, a powerful but physically weak potential party member. It explains the quest to find the Amaranth root in the Enchanted Forest to help Ardra, mentioning Brenna's thieving skills can yield gold. The article then covers wooing Pandara for a magical amulet, and finally directs the player to find Cradwag in Port Saiid, suggesting using the library beforehand if skilled in Loremaster. The next page dives into arriving at Port Saiid, a key location for progression. It details various spells you can learn, although the extensive chart isn't the focus. Upon arrival, you'll meet Keelan, a skilled thief and potential party member noted for her useful night aspect ability. The guide directs you to find a hidden teleportation spell scroll near a pond outside town. To proceed, you must fix the lighthouse by finding a scroll in a nearby cave, enabling sea travel. Port Saiid itself is dangerous but offers opportunities for treasure, like a large gold cache near the bridge and loot from tackling ogres. The page also introduces Arturo, a strong but slow knight, and explains a quest involving him at the docks which can yield a reward. The next page picks up right where we left off, enabling sea travel from Cragwag's Island after fixing the lighthouse. You'll set sail but get stranded on an uncharted island, leading to encounters with powerful foes. This is where you'll discover the Wall of Bones spell wand, crucial for defeating the creature Marquis and navigating the challenging Chaos Temple. After returning to Cragwag's Island, you'll find the sad fate of the wizard and attend his funeral in Tailwalk before heading to Terminor. The journey continues deep into 80, promising battles against trolls, necromancers, and dragons, new spells like Crushing Death, and the chance to recruit more party members. Separately, this page also features an advertisement for Legend of Zelda-inspired ocarinas, available for purchase, including different models and accessories, which can be ordered online. This page dives into the Legend of Zelda, Oracle of Ages, detailing Link's quest in the land of Labrina. Here, the evil sorceress Veran has taken control, and Link must utilize the Harp of Ages to travel between the present and 400 years in the past to defeat her and restore history. The article describes Labrina as a vast land with varied environments and highlights characters Link will encounter, including Nayru, Veran, and familiar faces like the Zora King and Tingle. There's also an excerpt from an interview with the development team, including Shigeru Miyamoto and Yoshiki Okamoto, discussing the unique collaboration between Nintendo and Capcom on this title and Oracle of Seasons, touching on initial development ideas and methodologies. This page delves further into the Legend of Zelda, Oracle of Ages, highlighting the importance of time travel using the Harp of Ages. Playing the harp creates a magical whirlwind, shifting Link between the past and present, which is crucial for solving puzzles and navigating Labrina. You'll also meet the helpful trio of animal companions: Moosh the winged bear, who can fly over gaps, Dimitri the Dodongo, who swims through water and devours enemies, and Ricky the boxing kangaroo, who can jump over cliffs and clear paths. They each assist Link with specific obstacles. To progress, Link must enter dungeons and defeat Veran's agents to collect the 8 essences of time. These essences empower the Maku tree, which is necessary to face Veran. The interview continues, with Mr. Okamoto discussing the difficulty of developing the maps due to the Game Boy Color screen size, which required scrolling and could hide important details like wall cracks. He also humorously recounts asking for Mr. Miyamoto's help a year into development, and how using Miyamoto's name motivated the team. Mr. Miyamoto adds that this was effective because Mr. Okamoto is often overseas. This page dives deeper into the mechanics and development of the Legend of Zelda, Oracle of Seasons, and Oracle of Ages. It details the 5 types of mystical seeds players will use for various effects, like warping across the map with Gale Seeds, or lighting torches with Ember Seeds. It also covers the wide array of rings available in both games, which offer diverse powers such as boosting your sword or regenerating health, emphasizing that rings must be taken to a jeweler to unlock their abilities. The Oracles Connect section explains the innovative password linking system, allowing players to carry progress and events between the 2 games and unlock new items. The interview with Mr. Okamoto and Mr. Miyamoto continues, discussing the development process, specifically the decision to streamline the concept from 3 linking games to 2. They highlight the challenges of linking 2 distinct programs and the design philosophy behind the games, aiming for a lighter, action-oriented RPG experience with strong replayability through the linking and multiple endings. This page introduces the unique gameplay of Kirby Tilt, Tumble for Game Boy Color. It highlights the game's core mechanic, which requires players to tilt the Game Boy Color itself to move Kirby through levels, aiming to recover stolen stars. The Tilt Response Technology Tips section visually demonstrates how tilting in different directions affects Kirby's movement, and even how to pop him into the air. The page then breaks down the first 2 levels, 11 and 12, detailing objectives like collecting red, blue, and warp stars, and explaining how to achieve bonus points or extra lives through skillful play and exploring secret areas. The guidance provides helpful strategies for navigating the initial stages and mastering the innovative tilt controls. This page continues the deep dive into Kirby Tilt and Tumble, guiding players through the later levels of Stage 1 and introducing Stage 2, Tilt and Tunnel, which ramps up the challenge with new mechanics and tougher enemies. Level 13 tests precision tilting on narrow platforms and rotating clouds, highlighting secret areas with powerful items like invincibility candy and valuable collectibles. Level 14 features grid-based puzzles requiring the use of jump holes and switches, alongside hidden items accessed by flipping or jostling enemies. Stage 2 brings underground tunnels and sliding jump pads into play, demanding even more precise tilt control to navigate treacherous corridors, time jumps around moving obstacles, and strategically use invincibility granted by quick maneuvers or flipped bumpers to uncover hidden stars and bonus games. The guide concludes with tips on tackling the Obliterator boss, emphasizing using the square jump holes to launch attacks, and avoiding its violent spin using blast boards after each successful hit. The increasing difficulty and required precision are evident in the detailed strategies provided. This page continues the guide for Kirby Tilt and Tumble, detailing levels 23 and 24. Level 23 involves navigating cloud grids to find a warp star and a red star, utilizing balloons and platforms. Level 24 presents challenges with ghosts, sliding gates requiring precise tilting, and hidden areas accessed via jump holes and floor switches controlling blockbots. The pounding headache boss fight against the Orbserver is covered, highlighting its collapsing floor arena and the safe tunnel under the mesh floor, emphasizing using jump pads to attack after it pounds the ground. Finding blue stars during play unlocks the Blue Star bonus menu, granting 1-ups and access to 5 different minigames, like Burst-a-Balloon and Hurdle Race. The page concludes by noting the challenging levels still ahead, promising dangers like ice, water, and powerful enemies, leading to the final confrontation with King de Berde. This page presents the Poke Center, starting with the Coliseum, which serves as a hub for trainers to showcase and learn about Pokémon teams, battle strategy, and items. It highlights a reader's team featuring Pokémon like Houndoom, Victreebel, Ampharos, Suicune, Lugia, and Scizor, discussing how items like charcoal and weather effects like Sunny Day can enhance their moves. The PokeChat section answers fan questions, covering topics such as the Pokemon Comics conclusion, the move False Swipe and who can learn it, how to complete the Pokedex in Gold and Silver including Mew and Mewtwo, and the unique properties of the Light Ball. Visual solutions for the Ruins of Alph puzzles are also displayed, alongside information on obtaining charcoal in the game. This page features Pokemon University with Professors Elm and Oak answering fan questions. They provide tips on catching Pichu in Pokemon Puzzle Challenge, detailing the lengthy requirements. There's also advice on evolving Tyrogue into Hitmontop by managing its stats, shown with game screenshots. The professors also explain how to get items in the Goldenrod City department store basement over time, and how the mystery gift feature works in Pokemon Gold and Silver, linking Watts sent to specific prizes like rare candy. Additionally, the page previews Pokemon the Movie 3, highlighting its 2 parts, a short featuring Pichu and the main adventure with Ash, Entei, and Unown, noting it introduces new Pokemon like King Tradra, Fanapy, and Smeargle, seen making their animated debut. This page dives deeper into Pokemon the Movie 3, splitting the focus into Pokestars and Battle On. The Pokestars section highlights Unown and Entei's central roles, explaining how Unown turned Molly's thoughts and emotions into reality and create Entei. It touches on Molly's loneliness and her mistaken belief that Entei is her father, leading to the creation of a crystalline world. Battle On details exciting scenes from the film, covering various battles like Lisa's Gramble against Ash, Ash's Totodile, Brock tackling a grown-up Molly's Vulpix, and the intense confrontation between Ash's loyal Charizard and the legendary Entei. The page uses film strip-like images to showcase key moments alongside character portraits on the sides. This page highlights the upcoming release of Pokemon the Movie 3 and its accompanying short film, Pikachu and Pichu. The left side is dedicated to Pikachu and Pichu, describing it as a funny feature starring new Pokemon, where Pikachu gets into trouble with the Pichu brothers after Ash and friends leave their Pokemon unattended. Film strip images showcase moments like the Pichu brothers journeying through the city with Pikachu, a Houndour chase, Smeargle painting, and menacing Murkrow. A sidebar lists key Pokemon like Unown and Entei, featured in the main movie. The right side serves as a large advertisement for Pokemon the Movie 3. Spell of the Unown, featuring Ash riding Charizard alongside Entei and Unown, promoting its April 6th release date. It also notes the short film and a promotion offering a free Entei trading card with movie admission. This page delves deeper into the world of imagination on the Game Boy Color, highlighting the escalating battle against the Shadow Magi and their formidable leader, Morag. The article emphasizes Morag's immense power and the difficult challenge facing the hero, Tony Jones, detailing moments like Tony being mashed by Morag, and subsequent events that lead him to the region of Kald. Kald is portrayed as a fiery area populated by demanding citizens, where you must tackle another Shadow Geyser. A map provides a layout of key locations in Kald. The coverage also touches on overcoming the town being under siege by Shadow Magi, and repairing the Vulcan's viaduct by completing a specific task involving dream creatures. The article promises exploration of Kald, Orothy, and Ardirial this month, along with secret areas hiding powerful Hyrens, like the Flame and Magma Hyrens found in a hidden Kald cave. This page guides you through the next steps in Imagination after the issues in Kald, focusing on reaching Orothy to find Agadon's boots. It details how to take a ferry to Orothy, suggesting you only pay for the one-way trip as a cheaper return option becomes available later. Once there, you'll find the Orothy Vault by searching a bookshelf in a house, bypassing the friendly but unhelpful local. Inside, a bored pirate is guarding the boots and is easily persuaded to let you take them. The page also highlights a secret lava tube area accessible from a vortex in Called, where you can battle creatures and find the fireball spell by locating a hidden door and switch. Getting the boots allows you to cross lava flows, opening up progression and providing access to useful items in the lava tube and Orothing tunnels. The return journey back to Called is covered, including how to haggle with the ferryman for a reduced fare. The next page guides you through the tricky third Shadow Geyser, a maze filled with blocks, lava, and one-way paths, recommending Tony be around level 30. It provides tips for navigating the area by manipulating walls with switches and using blocks to cross lava pools. You'll encounter a mysterious woman named Warada near the end. The strategy for the Core Keeper battle is outlined, suggesting the use of the cave in spell and powerful dream creatures. The page also details the optional Shadowhold dungeon where you are taken, mentioning it's a large maze containing an item crucial for Orwyn's ailment, and listing some of the various creatures found within. Afterward, Blue teaches you to swim using the Orothian Belt, allowing you to explore Orothi City and its extensive waterways for hidden secrets, including a challenging secret area accessed via a whirlpool in the Orothi tunnels, best attempted at a higher level. Finally, it advises exploring Called's victory party before accepting Ashgar's key, as it's the last opportunity to speak with certain characters there. This page continues the journey in imagination, first covering the secret areas within Orothing tunnels accessed via a whirlpool, hinting at valuable items. It then details the fourth Shadow Geyser, known as the Ruins, where you must find a blurry scroll to trigger a town's disappearance, emphasizing the need to prepare by making rings beforehand. The guide mentions facing Warada again, who offers a deal. Leave imagination and abandon your friends to get the core glyph peacefully, or face her later. A pivotal moment is revealed back in Orothi, where Idon informs Tony he is not the prophesied Great Hagu, and must leave. The story then shifts to Tony's return home, encountering old bullies, and facing Korg and Zealot. The adventure soon moves to Ardirial, a kingdom in the sky, where the people require aid against a new Shadow Geyser, leading to Denny to meet the Queen and gain the ability to fly. Finally, it previews the fifth and final geyser, a major challenge requiring the collection of star keys and a showdown with Morag, hinting that the game holds many secrets and multiple endings beyond the seemingly final battle. This page explores Project M, a revolutionary transportation concept directly inspired by the warp pipes from Nintendo's Super Mario and Paper Mario games. Scheduled for its first human test on April 1st, this system promises instant travel between distant points, effectively warping travelers. The article features a screenshot of Mario entering a pipe and illustrations depicting a vast warp network across the US and the pipe mechanics, including a somewhat alarming electron rifle effect. Various experts weigh in, with quotes highlighting some rather dubious side effects and challenges, such as skin peeling and the critical warning not to attempt warping through conventional plumbing like toilets. Despite the potential absurdities, the project aims to eliminate issues like seasickness and radically change travel, even suggesting school trips could span continents. This page dives into the world of Paper Mario, specifically offering solutions to common roadblocks in the game's early chapters. The Counselor's Corner section provides guidance on how to bypass the strange toads blocking the path in Toad Town. They aren't toads at all. It also explains the steps needed to access dry ruins, detailing how to find Mustafa and use the Pulse Stone. Furthermore, it highlights the importance of Bombette, a party member essential for breaking through cracked walls to find hidden items and areas. Finally, it gives a hint on how to reach the boss in dry ruins by solving a statue puzzle using found stones. Screenshots accompany the tips to help players visualize the solutions. This page offers gameplay guidance for several popular titles. For The Legend of Zelda, Majora's Mask, it details strategies for defeating the challenging Wizrobe and Got bosses. It explains Wizrobe's movement patterns and weak points, and how to use the Goron roll effectively against Gots while avoiding obstacles. The page also provides a step-by-step guide on upgrading Link's sword, involving rupees, gold dusts, and visits to the smithy. Switching gears to Wario Land 3, it provides tips for navigating specific levels, showing how to reach the boss in the volcano's base and acquire the silver key in the grasslands by avoiding enemies and utilizing the environment. The Counselor's Corner section quickly answers questions across Banjo-Tooie, Batman Beyond, and Mickey Speedway USA, covering topics from moves and items to game features. This page announces the Make the Cut Players poll contest, giving readers a chance to win big by simply voting in the magazine's power charts. The grand prize for 25 winners is a cool new Razor scooter and the Razor Freestyle Scooter game pack for Game Boy Color, letting you practice those tricks digitally. Another 25 second-place winners score the GBC game, a Razor t-shirt, and a Razor Evolution video, while 50 third-place winners get a Nintendo Power t-shirt. It's a fun way to get involved and snag some sweet gear. This page gives us a look at the upcoming Game Boy Color title, Indiana Jones and the Infernal Machine. After his world-saving quests, Indy is back in a race against the Soviets to track down pieces of the mysterious Infernal Machine. The article highlights the adventure's blend of action and puzzle solving, featuring Gordy's iconic whip, climbing, swimming, and using special tools to navigate environments and overcome obstacles. The preview praises the Game Boy Color version for capturing the depth and action of the console game, with detailed graphics and intricate puzzles, proving that no screen is too small for a proper Indiana Jones adventure arriving this spring. This page delves deeper into the world of Indiana Jones and the Infernal Machine for Game Boy Color. It details the tools of the trade Inferno utilizes, from medicinal herbs and treasure to keys and critical parts of the Infernal Machine itself, alongside his pistol. The article stresses that "What's this do?" is the core, highlighting the game's emphasis on puzzles that range from straightforward item usage to intricate multi-step challenges, often solved by observing environmental details. The Roam Around the World section reveals the adventure spans 16 global stages, featuring both expansive areas and ride-based levels like Tianxiang River. Many locations, including Moreau and the Russian border, are familiar from the N64 game, but boast entirely new map layouts for the GBC. It concludes by reinforcing the GBC version's depth and hinting at a potential release by the end of March. This page kicks off Game Boy Ago, highlighting the games available this month, prominently featuring Batman, Chaos in Gotham. The Caped Crusader faces off against escaped villains from Blackgate and Arkham. The game is a mix of side-scrolling action across several levels, including encounters with the Joker, Mr. Freeze, Bane, and Two-Face. You'll traverse varied locations like museums and cloning labs. Beyond the platforming and punching, Batman utilizes a suite of gadgets from his utility belt, including batarangs, stun bombs, and a grapple hook, along with health pickups. The game also features vehicle-based stages, letting you pilot the Batmobile, Jetwing, Batcycle, and Batboat in chases and races against Gotham's rogues. Alongside Batman, the page lists other titles for the month, covering various genres. This page dives deep into Max Steel, covert missions for the Game Boy Color. Max, powered by transphasic energy, battles the global terrorist group DRE.AD, led by John Dredd across over 10 missions. The article details the various campaigns, from rescuing agents in the American Southwest and disrupting DREAD's plans at Hoover Dam, to underwater attacks, aerial combat in Antarctica, escapes, and the final assault. Gameplay involves utilizing a high-tech arsenal, including the laser pistol, plasma rifle, sniper rifle, rocket launcher, bolt gun, and even Max's own fists, powered by turbo mode. Max can also use stealth mode to avoid detection. Managing ammo, health, via first aid kits, and transphasic energy, from containers, is crucial for survival. The article also emphasizes exploring levels to find hidden ammo pickups. Overall, it presents a challenging action game requiring strategic use of powers and weapons. This page features two Game Boy Color titles. First up is Mary-Kate and Ashley Winner's Circle, an equestrian simulation where you guide one of the famous twins through horse riding tournaments. You'll select your horse from a roster with varying talents, customize your look, and compete in challenging events like jumping courses. Success earns you ribbons and trophies, improves your horse, and allows you to unlock new horses and even a bonus tournament with unique events like Creepy Hollow and Grave Danger. Mastering controls for speed and navigation is key to winning. The second game is Blue's Clues, Blue's Alphabet Book, an educational title designed for young players. You help Steve find missing pages of his alphabet book by completing various activities based on letter recognition and matching. These include sorting letters in snack time and alphabet soup, matching musical notes in music time, and navigating mazes in Beach Book Skidoo. Blue provides hints after each activity, helping you locate the next missing page. It's a simple yet effective way to learn letters and words through engaging minigames. This page showcases two Game Boy Color racing titles. First is Toy Story Racer, where Woody, Buzz, and other characters from the movie race through familiar locations like Andy's house, Pizza Planet, and the streets. The game features quick race for single events and a tournament mode where players are eliminated, unlocking new courses as you progress. You can collect items that either boost or hinder your vehicle, and even earn tokens to bring back eliminated characters in the tournament. The second game featured is the Dukes of Hazzard, Racing for Home, putting you behind the wheel of the General Lee in Hazard County. You'll tackle 27 missions, constantly on the run from Roscoe Page Coltrane. Gameplay involves racing, navigating jumps, using nitro boosts, repairing your car with wrenches, and blasting obstacles with dynamite arrows. Beyond the missions, there's also a collection of Hazard County races available, where you can choose from various cars unlocked as you play. This page dives into two different Game Boy Color experiences. First up is Toki to Worry, a charming puzzle platformer where you guide a little chicken to collect eggs in various rooms. The challenge lies in mastering a suite of unique moves like freezing enemies, warping, building bridges, and using bubbles, figuring out the right one for each obstacle and enemy in worlds like Forest Falls and Creepy Castle. It's all about strategy and timing to clear rooms within a time limit. Next is Ultimate Surfing, putting you on a surfboard to compete against rivals across global locations. You'll ride big waves in places ranging from Hawaii to Brazil, avoiding hazards like rocks and other surfers, while pulling off tricks and using power-ups. The game features both freestyle practice and intense Grand Prix tournaments, even offering bonus games if you earn special discs. This page presents three more game reviews. First, Blue's Clues. Blue's Alphabet Book for the Game Boy Color is an educational game designed to help preschoolers learn their letters through interactive activities with Blue and Steve. Praised by reviewers for its effectiveness and appeal to young kids. Following that is Dr. Mario 64 on the Nintendo 64, an updated take on the classic puzzle game featuring Mario battling viruses. While similar to previous entries, reviewers found it addictive and charming. Lastly, The Dukes of Hazzard. Racing for Home for the Game Boy Color delivers racing and chasing action based on the TV show, offering missions with iconic vehicles, and reviewers noted its enjoyable handling and variety. This page reviews four Game Boy Color titles. First is Kirby Tilt Cent Tumble, which innovatively uses motion control by tilting the system to guide Kirby through pinball-like stages. Reviewers found the tilt response unique and the game challenging and fun. Next up is Mary-Kate and Ashley, Winner's Circle, a surprisingly solid horse riding game featuring steeplechase and gymkhana challenges. It offers plenty for fans of horses and the twins, despite being a bit simple. Tokitori is a smart puzzle game where you control an egg-shaped bird collecting eggs, requiring strategic use of limited items. Critics praised it as a brain-busting and charming puzzler. Finally, Max Steel. Covert Missions is a side-scrolling action game with Max Steel using different power modes. While it's a decent run-and-gun, reviewers noted the lack of a map and standard gameplay. This page reviews three more Game Boy Color titles. First, Batman. Chaos in Gotham offers standard side-scrolling action with Batgirl as a playable character, packing classic Batman gadgets. Reviewers found it competent but the fighting mechanics weak, though the animation was praised. Next, Ultimate Surfing attempts a water sports game, but despite vibrant graphics and game link, it felt repetitive and more like a side-scrolling racer than a surfing simulation to critics. Finally, Toy Story Racer delivers impressive 3D racing with detailed, dynamic scenery featuring the cast from Toy Story. Critics lauded the advanced graphics and exciting tracks, though some noted the gameplay could feel mindless. The page also provides a key for the game genre icons used in the critical mass section, and details about the ESRB rating system. This page previews the upcoming issue, highlighting major features like comprehensive coverage of The Legend of Zelda, Oracle of Seasons and Oracle of Ages, a look at the biggest Mario Party yet with Mario Party 3, and sneak peeks at highly anticipated Game Boy Advance titles, including Super Mario Advance. The next issue will also reveal the results of the 2000 Nintendo Power Awards, and includes features on Hercules and Xena, Indiana Jones and the Infernal Machine, Aliens, Thanatos Encounter, WWF No Mercy, and a preview of Lufia, Return of the Legend. Information is also provided on how to order Nintendo Powerback issues. The page also features a large advert for the Dynamic Duo, showcasing the Tech Deck skateboarding game for Game Boy Color, alongside collectible Tech Deck fingerboards. This page features highlights on official Nintendo players' guides and a look at a radical scooter game. On the left, it showcases the official Nintendo Pokémon Stadium Player's Guide, detailing its essential content like tips for Pokémon, opponent lists, and academy lessons. It also reminds readers about other great guides available for games like Paper Mario, offering ordering information. On the right side, we enter the Razor Zone, presenting Razor Freestyle Scooter. This title lets you pull off tricks like tail whips and backflips across diverse environments from parks to junkyards, with options to upgrade your scooter for even more action. Screenshots show the gameplay on Game Boy Color and highlights that it's also available on PlayStation.